Thunder roared over Willow Grove, a jagged bolt of lightning splitting the night sky as rain lashed the quiet cul-de-sac. Marcus Reed stood in his Lee Vying room, the glow of a single lamp casting shadows across his face. In his hand was a white envelope, its gold-embossed Willow Grove Homeowners Association logo gleaming like a warning. His pulse quickened. He hadn't opened it yet, but something told him it was trouble with a capital T, dressed in HOA bureaucracy and petty grudges. Outside, the storm howled, but inside, a spark of defiance was igniting, one that would turn a ridiculous complaint into a suburban legend of cunning revenge. Marcus slit the envelope, wincing as the paper nicked his finger. Blood smeared the edge as he read. Urgent. Your roof tiles require immediate cleaning due to excessive dirt accumulation. Compliance required within 48 hours to avoid a $200 fine. His stomach dropped. He'd shelled out $700 just 3 weeks ago to have his roof professionally cleaned. The charcoal tiles so spotless they'd practically sparkled. The receipt was still tacked to his fridge, proof of his diligence. This wasn't a mistake, it was a setup. He stepped onto his porch, rain misting his glasses, and tilted his head to inspect his roof. The dark tiles stood defiant against the storm, gleaming faintly under a street lamp's glow, free of dirt or moss. Clipped to the notice were blurry photos of what was supposedly his house, with red circles scrawled around filthy patches. A handwritten note in sharp blue ink read, Black discoloration on roof tiles VY OLAT's community standards and harms neighborhood aesthetics. Discoloration? His tiles were made charcoal, chosen to match his home's slate blue siding. This wasn't about dirt, it was personal. By morning, the storm had cleared, Leah VYing a sky so blue it mocked his mood. Marcus called the HOA, Na VY, gating a gauntlet of automated menus before reaching a human. This is Marcus Reed at 127 Willow Lane. I got a violation notice about my roof, but it's clean. I had it done 3 weeks ago. The voice flat, rehearsed cut in. Mr. Reed, we received complaints about your roof's condition. The board requires immediate action. Complaints? It's not dirty, it's the tile color. I have receipts. You can appeal with Form HOA, 9B, and a due law 80 fee. Next meeting's in 6 weeks. 6 weeks? He'd be bankrupt from fines by then. Marcus hung up, his jaw tight. He knew who was behind this. Evelyn Pierce, HOA president and self-appointed queen of Willow Grove. Since he'd moved in a year ago, Evelyn had been a spectre mid-50s, petite, with a platinum bob that never budged and a smile that could freeze vodka. She patrolled the neighborhood with a clipboard and a camera, documenting infractions like a general hunting deserters. A wayward basketball hoop, a hedge 2 inches too tall, nothing escaped her. That afternoon, Marcus spotted her across the street, binoculars trained on his roof like a sniper. He forced a grin and stepped outside. Hey, Evelyn. Nice day, huh? She lowered the binoculars, lips pursing as she marched over. Mr. Reed, I assume you've seen the notice about your roof. Yeah. It's clean, Evelyn. Professionally done last month. Her eyes flicked upward, unimpressed. Clearly not well enough. The black patches are OBVYS. That's the tile color. Charcoal gray by design. She looked at him like he'd claimed the moon was cheese. I've run this HOA for 12 years. I know dirt when I see it. She turned on her heel, Leah VYing him fuming. Over coffee with his neighbor Diego, Marcus got the dirt on Evelyn's reign. She'd once fined a teacher for a too bright welcome mat, sparking a petition. In 2021, she'd banned holiday lights after December 15th, citing VY Sewell clutter. Last spring, she targeted a veteran's flagpole for being slightly off-center. She ramps up before elections, Diego said, stirring sugar into his mug. Board votes in a month. She's flexing. That evening, an email from Evelyn arrived. Additional proof of violation. Attached were 8 close-up photos of his roof, red arrows pointing to neglect. One shot was angled like it was taken from a ladder. Had she climbed something? The note read, "The black discoloration suggests mildew and lowers property values." Act immediately. Marcus checked the HOA bylaws. No rule banned dark tiles, only requiring roofs be clean and free of debris or growth. His was immaculate. This was a power trip, plain and simple. The next morning, a red final warning sticker marred his front door, glued so tightly it chipped the paint when he peeled it off. His phone rang Evelyn. "Mr. Reed, your deadline's tomorrow, 9 a.m. Non-compliance means fines." "It's clean," he snapped. "You're seeing the tile color." "Then replace them," she shot back. "That black is unacceptable. The bylaws don't ban colors." "The board interprets the rules," she said, voice like steel. Continued defiance could lead to liens. She hung up before he could reply. A lien? On his home? Marcus's hand shook. That afternoon, he saw Evelyn on the sidewalk with two board members, Clara, a timid widow, and Greg, a realtor who nodded like a bobblehead. They stared at his roof, Evelyn gesturing wildly. Marcus stepped out. "Something I can help with?" Clara blushed. Greg shuffled. Evelyn didn't flinch. "Routine inspection. Neighbors complained about your roof." "Which neighbors?" Marcus asked, arms crossed. "Confidential," she said, daring him to push. "Right," he muttered. As they left, curtains twitched nearby. The neighborhood was watching. By dusk, texts flooded in. "She's nuts," Diego wrote. "Tried to fine us for our dog's bark last year," said Mia from across the street. "Stand your ground," urged Tom, a quiet electrician. Grilling burgers that night, Marcus overheard Evelyn's voice over the fence, lecturing someone. "One filthy roof and property values tank. Standards matter." "She's talking about me," Marcus growled, flipping a patty. "Like I'm not right here." Sleep eluded him. He could pay for another cleaning to shut her up, appeal, and drown in paperwork, or beg the bored Devlin's puppets for mercy. None sat right. At 3 a.m., a wild idea hit. She hated his black roof. He'd make it blacker, so glossy, so perfect, she'd have nothing to grip onto. Malicious compliance, served ice cold. At dawn, he called in sick and drove to a roofing supply store, the air sharp with tar and paint. He laid out his plan to a clerk named Joe. "You want it blacker?" Joe asked, eyebrow raised. "Folks usually lighten roofs." "Special case," Marcus said. "I need jet black, glossy, bulletproof. Something that screams, 'Try me.'" Joe nodded. "Ceramic coating, ultra black. Waterproof, UV resistant. Law 70 a can 6 for a 2,000 square foot roof." "Done," Marcus said, forking over Law 420. Back home, he caught Evelyn's SUV creeping by, her eyes narrowing at his car full of cans. He waved, all teeth, and she sped off. He texted Diego and Mia, 8 p.m. my place. Old clothes, pizza, and beer. Both were in, itching to tweak Evelyn. Marcus spent the day prepping growlers, tarps, headlamps, and YouTube tutorials, stressing even application. Night fell, and his crew gathered in the garage. "What's the game?" Diego asked, cracking his knuckles. Marcus held up a can. "Evelyn says my roof's too black, meaning dirty. So, we make it obsidian. So clean she'll see her own scowl in it." Mia grinned. Petty and brilliant. They waited for full dark to dodge Evelyn's spies. On the roof, headlamps blazing, they worked like thieves, coating tiles from ridge to eaves. The stuff flowed like ink, swallowing imperfections into a seamless void. "It's like painting a stealth jet," Diego whispered, rolling smooth. "Art of war," Mia said, brushing a corner. 3 hours later, they stood in the street, awestruck. The roof was a black mirror, catching moonlight and tossing it back with a wicked sheen. It wasn't just clean, it was surreal, a slab of night crowning the house. They toasted with beers in the backyard, voices hushed. "She's gonna implode," Diego said. "Get it on camera," Mia urged. Marcus barely slept, wired with anticipation. At 8:55 a.m., he was outside, pretending to sweep his porch, phone propped on a chair, recording. Evelyn's SUV rolled up at 9:01, precise as a guillotine. She stepped out, blazer sharp, clipboard clutched like a shield, her face set for VY Tory. Then she saw the roof. Her step faltered. Her eyes widened, darting over the flawless expanse of glossy black, reflecting clouds like a dark lake. Her mouth opened, then snapped shut, cheeks flushing crimson. "Morning, Evelyn," Marcus called, leaning on his broom. "Took care of that roof issue. Looks sharp, right?" She gripped her clipboard, knuckles white. "What have you done?" "Fixed it," he said, all innocence. "Premium ceramic coating. No dirt, no mildew, pure perfection." He waved a receipt. "Even boosts the house's value." Her voice cracked. "This isn't cleaning. You painted it." "Coated," he corrected. "Bylaws say clean, maintained. This is both. Spot any dirt." Neighbors were out, now Diego walking his dog, Mia checking her mailbox, Tom fiddling with his sprinklers. Evelyn spun to them, desperate. "This breaks rules." "Which ones?" Marcus asked. "Too clean? Too black?" Diego snorted. Mia smirked. Even Clara, watching from her lawn, hid a smile. Evelyn's eyes darted, finding no traction. "The board will re-VYEW this," she spat. "Please do," Marcus said. "Tell them I followed your orders better than you expected." She stormed off, her car door slamming hard enough to echo. Laughter rippled through Willow Grove. 2 days later, a letter arrived. Violation notice for 127 Willow Lane rescinded. Your roof meets standards. Apologies for confusion. Gossip flew. At the next board meeting, Evelyn flailed to explain her fixation, alienating Greg. Clara took her presidency, vowing sanity over nitpicking. Marcus's roof became a landmark, the mirror house, neighbors called it. Some even asked for Joe's number. Marcus regretted nothing. Sometimes, the best way to slay a dragon is to give it exactly what it demands until it chokes on its own fire. If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this VY with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next VY.